Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com if you want life coaching and mentoring. It's Sunday. Let's get into the study group for warriors. Every single Sunday, I do a study group for my hardcore heads, people who just want a little bit more. What I do on Sundays is I go through some of my notes that I've written over the week in my morning studies. I hope you guys are staying true to your mind, body, and soul program. Got to study every single day. This is how we get through. Why do we do this? This is how we get through life. This is how we conquer our weakness. You go back to bed if you don't need it. Let's go into our first one. Let's see, where do we start? I got so much here, I don't even know where to goddamn start. How about this? Lead with your life. You want to be a good leader? Lead with your life. It's hard to lead with your rhetoric, with the stuff that you're talking about. It's hard to lead with your message. It's hard to talk people into becoming better versions of themselves. It's hard to talk people out of their weakness. You can hold their strength in front of them like a carrot, but no matter how hungry they are, a lot of people won't reach out. It's really weird. I've tried to inspire people to work out, for example, get in good shape. And I can come to you and tell you, hey, you don't look healthy, but you might just feel like it's an attack. I can say you don't really have muscle definition. You might get defensive. But if you see me going to the gym every single day, if I turn down going to a party because I need to go to the gym, and you're sitting there watching me leave, and you're like, damn, you're actually just going to go to the gym? You're not coming to the party with us? I'm like, no. I'm going to go change into my workout outfit, grab a protein shake, go to the gym. They'll just sit there, scratch their head. It's so weird. But trust me, I've had this experience. After a month or two, after however long it takes of that weak man watching you engage in your strength, he'll get up and follow you. I just had this happen. A buddy of mine just recently told me, I was hanging out at his house last week, and he told me just out of the blue, he's like, well, I got a membership to Planet Fitness. Now, I don't really care about Planet Fitness. I think that's kind of a bullshit gym, but hey, it's better than sitting on your goddamn couch, motherfucker. If you're doing arm curls with those beers, yeah, go get yourself that $10 a month Planet Fitness membership. Fuck yeah. I was just like sitting there thinking in my head, thank God that this guy found that motivation somehow. And that's true motivation, because if I would have shook it into him and said, get your fat ass in the gym, maybe he would have done it for a week. Let's go to the next one. I thought this was interesting. Let's hash this out, see if we can understand it. You're broke because you're employed, not deployed. You're broke. Why are you broke? You're broke because you're employed, not deployed. What the hell does that even mean anyways, right? When you're employed, you just have some job. You're really just kind of going through the motions. Every job I've ever had has been just going through the motions. But when you have a gift, say a gift of strength, a gift of being able to fix, a gift of being able to help. There's all kinds of gifts, but when you have a gift, you can deploy yourself. Like a special ops, like Rambo, you've deployed yourself behind enemy lines. You've deployed yourself to offer your gift to others. It's a different way of looking at money. Some people have kind of a slave mentality, to quote Nietzsche. Let's go to the next one. I thought this was a good statement, just a good righteous statement. You don't have anything better to do than what's right. Always do what's right. And how do you know what's right? You have to get rid of, this is how I do. I trust my instincts. I have an internal voice that is always a righteous voice. It always does the right thing no matter what. In any situation, it can always find the right path. Like water always finds that opening, that spot, that crack, that way to get through. Your righteousness, what's right, will always come through. You don't have anything better to do. You say, why should I even bother with this? You've got nothing better to do anyways. What else are you going to do? You know, it's funny because, let's go to the next one. Everybody wants to succeed, right? Everybody wants success. I don't think I've ever met anybody who has rejected success and they're like, nah, I don't want success. But it's funny because success is predictable. Some people think that success is unpredictable. It's so strange. Success is completely predictable, and so is failure. Failure is absolutely predictable. We can predict if you're going to be successful, and we can predict if you are going to be a failure. We can take a look at your life, take a look at your discipline. I can talk to you about your program, your daily discipline program of lifestyle management. And just find out about that, not a whole lot else. Just find out about what kind of program you're on. And I can tell you right there if you're going to be successful in life or not. Or I can tell you if you're going to be a failure or not. It's completely predictable. There are a set of steps to take in order to be a failure, and there's a set of definite steps in order to be a success. People say that you can be a success in your own way. Sure, you can be an individual. Nobody's going to try to rob you of your individuality, but there is a predictable path of success. I'm just trying to hammer this in because some people think that it's just so random. Like as if they're going to get lucky. You're not going to get lucky, motherfucker. You're not going to get lucky. Stop thinking about luck. Let's move to the next one. It's about fasting. Fasting is interesting to me. I've done fasting both intentionally and unintentionally. I was malnourished for a good 20-something, 30 years of my life. I survived on one meal a day. Could you do that? Some people have a hard time doing that. One meal a day. I did it for 30 years, every day. And it wasn't a nutritional meal. I didn't get my one meal a day and it was all kinds of good stuff on a plate. My one meal a day might be one slice of cheese pizza. My one meal a day might have been, a hamburger from McDonald's. That was it. I'd eat half of it, throw it away, and be full. That'd be all I'm going to eat today. But fasting is intentional. That's what we think of fasting. We don't think of malnourishment as fasting. And it's an abstinence from pleasure. That's what fasting is. You can look at it as a dieting program, but I suggest you don't. I suggest looking at fasting as a more spiritual program. Your weight loss is a byproduct of fasting, in my opinion, not the point of it. So it's an abstinence from pleasure. And what kind of pleasure? From food, from politics. You can fast from depression, fast from escapism and vice, fast from masturbation, fast from your fear, fast from your anxiety. I know you're addicted to that. Try to talk somebody out of being afraid or anxious and they feel like they have to be. Like this is productive work. You can fast from all that. It's a way to cleanse yourself of impurities. Fasting is about devotion. To show your worth, to show your muster, show how strong you are. So it's not a diet, it's a commitment. Let's move on to the next one. I thought this was a good quote. It took me a minute to figure it out. This guy says, your enemy is the inner me. Let me say it again. Your enemy is the inner me. Right? Your enemy is that self-talk, is your inner me. Your enemy isn't out there, your enemy is inside of you. Let's go to the next one. Strong people never beg. Never forget that. Strong people never beg for anything. Never beg for anything. Never beg for love. Never ever beg for love. Don't beg God for love. Don't beg your girl for love. You don't beg any man, any person. Don't beg anyone for love. You love yourself. You don't beg for wealth. You don't ever beg your boss for wealth. Don't ever beg for a job. Don't ever beg for money. I don't care how broke you are. I was homeless. I never begged once. Never once. I walked by those fucking shitheads with their hands out. It disgusted me. Never beg. Never beg for acceptance. You're not accepted into a group. You give those motherfuckers the middle finger. Fuck those motherfuckers. Never beg to be a part of any group. Never go through that. Never beg to be a part of a group. Never go through hazing. Never go through some kind of little fucking test to be a part of some fucking group. Fuck your fucking group. You do things for yourself. A strong person does things for themselves. You'll never lack again. You do things for yourself and you'll never beg again. People beg you. Let's go to the next one. You know, some people ask me, it's funny because I was asked recently by a family member, why do I believe in God? Such a funny question. And the family member, the person asked me in this kind of condescending way as if I'm stupid. And people believe in God are stupid. And I don't really have some intellectual defense. I can't bring you along with me with my knowledge of, or my debate skills on this and say, well, there you go, I convinced you into believing God. That was so articulate, and I'm so great at, you know, proselytizing. I'm not here to get people to follow me. And all I know is what works for me. That's all I know. I know what works for me. I don't care what works for you. You don't like religion, you don't like God, you don't like any of that stuff, fine, don't be part of it. I'm not trying to get you to do nothing. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. All I know is what works for me. All I know is how I was saved. Nobody else came for me. Motherfucker asked me, why do I believe in God? Where the fuck were you when I needed you, motherfucker? God was there for me. That's why I believe in fucking God.